Hi, I'm Ted.
And my name is Dar.
And we are the Part-Time Pundits, a show about the aesthetics of football, everything from kits to boots to posters and marketing the beautiful game. So Dar, I love that kit. Can you tell me about it?
I mean, it's probably one of my favorite kits of all time. The Germany away shirt from the 2018 World Cup in Russia.
Wow.
It is a throwback to the late 80s, early 90s. I think it was the 1990 World Cup where Germany played England and wore a similar template, a much lighter green or turquoise, as you can see here. So Germany obviously brought it back. It's an Adidas template, actually. I mean, I think I've seen this background pattern on a lot of other Adidas kits, but Germany obviously premiered it at the World Cup. It's got the 2014 winners patch here, so Germany wore this at the World Cup.
Wow.
Unfortunately, a horrendous World Cup by Germany.
By their
lost
standards.
to Mexico,
That's right.
beat Sweden, but lost to South Korea.
That's right.
I'm not sure. I think they wore this in their last game against South Korea.
Mate, regardless of the results, it is a quality kit.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to have seen them do better in this, though, at the World Cup. It was a great kit, graced the world stage, but unfortunately, it was just, an unlucky shirt for Germany, I imagine. I don't know if many Germans would hold it in such a high regard now. A lot of people get superstitious about kits, so you never know. But I love it. I don't care what anyone else says. Germany do bad, Germany do good. Yeah. It is still a fantastic shirt, so it's one of my favorites. I absolutely love it. And yours... Again, love the Arsenal strip. I think it's got some interesting details on it. Yeah. And an even more interesting detail on the back of it that you can tell us about.
Absolutely. So I picked this up in 2007 from the Emirates Stadium. Okay. I was there on, a summer vacation, actually, kind of touring Europe with a couple of mates. And naturally had to go to Emirates Stadium. At the time, though, again, during the summer, the stadium was closed, but the kids store was open. So popped in just quickly. Thought, right, I've got to buy something. I saw this hanging on the rack, got it. And at the time, I've always had this affiliation with Dutch players. I love Dutch players. Harping back to Ruud Gullit and Van Basten days, and even Dennis Bergkamp. How could I forget Dennis Bergkamp? But Robin van Persie was my favorite player at the time. Was wearing the
rightly so. I mean, he was incredible at Arsenal.
Yeah, absolutely. Unfortunately, he didn't win a Premier League there, but that's a I digress. That's another story. So I said, right, I want this kit, and I want it with Robin van Persie on the back. Lady's like, yeah, absolutely. Takes it to the kind of printing press and is lining up all the letters, and it's kind of templated. It's like, oh, hang on, this is missing something. So before I tell you what that is, I'm going to actually show you. So just give me a sec.
Okay, looks okay to me. I can see what they've left out. Yes, okay. So they have very, very conveniently out the dot between V and Percy.
Correct.
That should be there.
Correct. So they had run out of the little dot, and I said to her, "What do you mean you've run out?" I was like, "Isn't it part of the template?" She said, "Actually, it's separate. It comes separate because they have these like little exclamation marks and whatnot that come separately. And unfortunately, they'd run out on that particular day. Okay. They didn't know when they were going to get it again. That was kind of my only time to get it. So I said, you know what? I'm going to do it. Yeah. It'll be unique." And then at a later stage, I think once I got back from the holiday, I actually emailed the Arsenal club shop and I said, the title was "Missing the Dot Between the V and the P." And they eventually got back to me, but I just said, you know what?
Get a little dot in
No, I didn't kind of pursue it.
It reminds me of a story, actually, of, you remember Jesper Blomqvist, the Swedish player that joined Man United?
Yes, of course.
He joined, the girls fell in love with him, he's a very good-looking guy. Joined, I think, in 1997 or 98. And the Manchester United shop didn't have enough Qs for the shirt. It's a very odd letter to have on a shirt, Blomqvist, so fans that wanted his name on the back weren't able to do it because they ran out of Qs. Come on, club shops, get your act together.
Exactly.
No dots, no Qs, what to do.
Yeah. But, like I said, I'm happy that I've got it like this. It's unique to me and my story, and it's one of a kind. So
love it when you can tell a story about a shirt.
Absolutely.
Like excellent. You guys have any extra stories or any great stories about shirts that you have? Leave a comment below. Let us know. We'd love to hear from you. So Ted, you've got a very special Italian kit with you today.
I do, actually. It's a bit of a doozy, this one. One of my favorites. There we go.
Wow. Internazionale Milan.
That's right, the 2010-2011 Serie A winning Internazionale.
Yeah,
top.
the Scudetto patch is still attached. Here it is. This can be ironed onto the front, obviously, but there's a reason why we haven't done this.
Yeah, absolutely. So if you take that forward, so you'll be able to see there is a signature right there by Luis Figo. Sorry to come with that in a second. And a second right here by Wesley Sneijder, the attacking midfielder at the time. So how did I get my hands on this and why did I have their signatures on it? Well, it all started one afternoon. One of my first assignments working with Nike Middle East, Nike Football Middle East, back in 2010. It was to interview one Wesley Sneijder, right? Okay. So it was supposed to be the day after their match. I can't even remember who they played against at the time, but they won it quite comfortably 2-0. It was, when the big European clubs come in, it was the semi-final match.
Okay.
So,
Club World Cup?
Yeah, it was the Club World Cup.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, here in Abu Dhabi.
Yeah. Okay.
Forgot to mention that, absolutely. Wesley Sneijder was injured, I think, 2 minutes into that game.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, and was too distraught to do the interview with us the following day. Mind you, we had kind of spent a bit of money to put this whole thing together. We're going to do a live stream of the interview. We're going to we had all this equipment, everything kind of set up for it, and he pulled a pin on us the day before it was supposed to happen.
Okay.
We go to the hotel anyway because at the time everything was there, everything was already set up. We see him standing about, just drinking, having a sip of his coffee.
Okay, so he was around.
He was around, no doubt. He was around, but he was, again, too distraught to do an interview. Clearly, he didn't want to be questioned on, his performance, the injury, etc., etc. Nonetheless, I saw him. I had the kit with me. I said, do you mind signing it? He was like, my pleasure. So he signed it. We got a picture, and we kind of continued on. We still had to do an interview, though, didn't we? Just didn't know who was going to show up. So we're in this room. We're waiting along. All of a sudden, get a knock at the door. It's Marco Materazzi.
Oh, okay.
Again.
Everton reject turned World Cup hero 2006. Yeah.
Absolutely. So we do the whole spiel with him. The whole interview was in Italian. Well, he spoke to us in Italian because he didn't want to be misquoted.
He must speak good English, though.
He does. His English is very good. The fact that he spent time in Liverpool and at Everton rather, but in that part of the world, I think he's even got a tattoo on his right shoulder. That's a throwback to his time at Everton.
Interesting.
So anyway, so we kind of had a good chat, a good old chat, and then we were off for the day. We were going to our next point of call, which was the new Nike store in Abu Dhabi.
Okay.
As we're walking out, my manager says to me, just hang back a little. We're going to take a different car there. Okay, great. So we wait. This black Escalade pulls up. Driver opens the door. It's empty. We jump in. We hop in.
Sounds very, very legit.
Exactly. Right. I'm thinking, wow, this is my first time in an Escalade. I'm bawling.
Yeah.
So we sit down, and then lo and behold, who walks in straight after me? Luis Figo.
No way. In the car with you?
In the car with me.
Wow.
And, we set about driving around Abu Dhabi till we get to the Nike store. We had some time to kill.
Brilliant. How is he as a guy?
So, mate, he's a genuine guy. I didn't want to disturb him too much. He was there with his agent, and I was there with my manager. I kind of nudged her and I was like, do you mind if I, ask him a couple of questions?
Yeah.
She's like, not at all, go for
Excellent.
it. I can't even remember what I asked him, but it was kind of something nondescript. I didn't want to be too controversial at the time. I wasn't going to ask him about his move from, Real to Barca
Barca to Real,
yeah.
Pig's head thrown on the pitch.
No, absolutely not. So, we played it pretty cool. And then we get to the mall. There's a security kind of escort into the store. The minute we get there, he's swarmed by paparazzi, or by the media. I wouldn't say paparazzi, but by the media. It's the first time I'd ever experienced anything like that. I was actually taken aback because we were walking there. I was walking just ahead of him. All of a sudden, 30 journalists kind of descend, surround him, and he kind of backed up into a wall. He couldn't move, and I was like, guys, I tried to. Honestly, I was distraught. I was like, I tried to push them all back. I was like, guys, give him some room. They completely ignored me. Who am I?
Wow.
And they just, mic, camera, everything into his face. And they were asking him the hard questions, obviously because Inter Milan had just won. They were on the cusp of winning the Club World Cup in Abu Dhabi.
Yeah.
But there were rumors that Jose Mourinho was going to be leaving to Real Madrid. So naturally, that's what all the talk was about.
Yeah.
So then, he kind of, the true professional that he is, he answered all the questions, did his thing. Everyone left. We stuck around, obviously, because we were there as part of the Nike team. I got a photo op with him. He signed a shirt. And happy days, mate. And here we are.
Brilliant. Yeah. A great few days with a couple of Inter Milan stars.
Absolutely.
You know, they were at the top of their game back then, right?
Oh, no doubt. No doubt.
You know, they'd won the Champions League. They'd won the Scudetto.
Well, the triple
World Cup. You know, they did a very, very good job. As kits go, I mean, it's you know, Inter Milan constantly put out great jerseys. You know, there's nothing. The Pirelli sponsor has been around, I think, since the 90s.
Decades. Yeah, exactly.
For a very, very long time, and it really just looks great on the kit itself.
Yep.
You know, first time I think I've seen them mess around with the stripes, right? I mean,
it's a lot more common these days. And if you see the new kit from, you know, Jagged lines. Exactly. But I think this was the first time they'd ever played with it in this way.
Exactly.
You know? And that's what I loved about the shirt, and that's why I went out and kind of got myself one, because of the pattern, the way that, you know, it bleeds in, and the details are just extremely intricate. But yeah, this is the story behind this. I haven't had a chance to get it framed. It was all those years ago. I have it kind of folded up nicely in a bag, but I will get it framed one day.
Make a good backdrop to the show, wouldn't it?
Absolutely.
Excellent. Well, thanks for that, Ted. Really appreciate it. Thanks for bringing it in. I know it's precious, so we can get it off the table and you can put it back in the
anything
bag.
For the show, mate. Anything for the views.
Exactly.
On that note, don't forget to like, subscribe, and kind of share your feedback with us. We'd love to hear from you. And we look forward to seeing you on the next episode.
Thank you, guys.